Hey everybody, welcome to day number 4 of the 1,000. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to day number 4 of 1,000 words for 1,000 days, where I write 1,000 words and then read them to you for 1,000 days. Yesterday was a big day, as you know. That's the subject of today's writing, so why don't I get into it? Today I failed at something. I didn't just fail, I failed hard. I failed embarrassingly hard. I had taken on the challenge of attempting to eat 400 graham crackers in 24 hours with the confidence of a man who has no clue how big of a feat this actually was. There was no doubt in my mind that I was going to be able to accomplish this. I trained for it, and on the day of the event, after a 24-hour lemon cleanse, I got myself in the zone. My body and mind were empty, with my only thoughts being those of cracker superiority. Within 3 bites, I knew there was no way I was going to be able to accomplish this goal. My entire plan fell completely apart right from the get-go. I had planned to come out in the first hour with 100 graham crackers and instead finish the hour with under 20 and feeling like my guts were packed with sand. I got cleaned up and slept in the sitting position to make sure I didn't throw up. The next morning, my mouth felt like a desert and my throat was killing me. I knew I couldn't finish the challenge, but I was at least going to do my best to see how many I could get down. I was not hungry, but I wasn't full either, so I slowly started putting one down after the other, and I actually got in a pretty good clip. I got fancy and I had some in a bowl with milk like cereal, and I was actually feeling pretty good. I didn't think I would finish, but I thought I would at least be able to get to 200. I had not been able to muster up a shit yet, which ultimately would prove to be my downfall. I had a difficult time shooting for a few reasons. One, it's not very interesting to watch someone eat, even if it is an absurd amount. And also, because while I was doing this, I was attempting to work and take care of my daughter. On top of all of that, my house is tough to film in anyways, so the footage I was getting kind of sucked, which was making an already not fun thing less fun. I should have planned the shoot and everything around it way better, and I didn't. I was just going to wing it because I wasn't sure where I was going to be that day, and it was a mistake. I should have planned that a little better. I was also beginning to get really sick of the flavor and texture of graham cracker. Did I mention I had not yet eaten 60? I hadn't even hit the 60 mark yet, and I was already sick of graham crackers. I was almost done box number 2 of 16, and I was considering seppuku instead of carrying on. I still had not been able to shit, so that was not helpful. What I should have done was waited until I shit, frankly, but I didn't, and this was my critical flaw. Graham crackers are fucking dry. After 60 of them, your mouth feels like you've been licking a piece of cardboard for the last 6 hours. So I was chugging a ton of water to get them down. When graham crackers get wet, they dissolve into something with the consistency of sand, which packs in extremely well. I'm sure my digestive tract looked like a grosser version of that colored sand art you make at summer camp as a kid, but with a brown palate. Between the very fine texture and all the pacing I was doing to keep myself moving, there must have been almost no air in there, and so my body was essentially a tube packed from end to end with thick graham cracker slurry. The weird thing is that I didn't feel full. My stomach hurt, but I didn't have that stretched out full feeling you get when you eat too much. I'm assuming what was happening is that the crackers weren't really heavy enough to pack down, and since they're so fine, they didn't really compact at all, and so they had just been building up layer on layer in my stomach and up into here. I have no idea if this is accurate, but that's exactly what it felt like. I'm not a doctor, and I doubt any doctor would be interested in entering into a study to prove this correct, but that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like I literally was packed completely full with graham cracker. It was like silt. I started to feel like a tickle in my throat, like there was a crumb sitting on the back of my tongue, which I assume was just like graham cracker packed up all the way through my fucking body. That's the only thing I can think of. I tried to clear my throat a couple times, and when that didn't work, I coughed, and then I vomited a graham cracker smoothie fucking everywhere. Thank God I was over the sink and the counter, because if that had been on my carpet, I don't know what I would have done to clean it up. It would have been impossible, and I would have had to remove the carpet, because there was so much. There was 69. By that time I had drinking almost a half gallon of water, and I had eaten 68 graham crackers. So it was it was pouring out of me, and it felt like every fucking cracker was fucking coming up. It was awful. Try to keep in mind too that I had not taken a shit up to this point, so I had 2 boxes of graham cracker mud rocketing out of me like a fire hose in a nightmare. It felt like I was throwing up cat litter. That's probably like the best explanation for the consistency and the texture. So basically, instead of eating 400 graham crackers, I packed myself full of a mere 68 before ejecting them again. Honestly, I went into this just not realizing how big of a thing this was. I didn't take it as seriously as I should have, I guess, although I took it pretty seriously, so I don't know how much more seriously I could have taken it. I think maybe I should have just given myself more time. So even though I am disappointed, I am also coming out of this with a lot of information that I can apply to future food challenges, as well as a much clearer understanding of really high volume eating. I do plan to take on this challenge again at some point in a few months once I've had the chance to train a little more. Yes, I failed, but at the end of the day, failure is just an opportunity to learn. While I'm sure it seems silly to apply such an important lesson to such a stupid situation, it's something I think everyone needs reminding on. Anytime you go outside your comfort zone, whether it's starting a business, getting pegged for the first time, or eating enough graham crackers to kill Billy Graham all over again, there's a chance you will fail. But failure is just the first step on the road of doing something fucking sick. Quote me on that. I feel like that's a good quote. While I couldn't do it right now, my experience has confirmed that this is possible. I do believe that this is possible. I think so this was a miscalculation on my part, and it was just due to inexperience. Now that I know what to look for, I would change things. This happened at 11:30 or like 11, so I still had 13 hours. I think that I could have gotten down at least 150, 200 once I had taken a dump, because I shit right after this too. Like it was wild. Anyways, yeah, I think that I could have gotten between 150 and 200 down. I do think that this is possible, and I do plan to try it again. And if anyone who's watching this actually is a competitive eater and wants to give it a shot, I would really love to see you do it. So please tag me in it so I can see the results. I would love to see someone accomplish this, even if it's not me, just to prove that it is possible. In the meantime, I need to come up for my 500 subscriber challenge, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Oh, and the video is not out yet. I'm going to take a different direction with it that I haven't discussed yet. And so it's not just going to be about the challenge, it's going to be about something else, but it's going to use the challenge to teach a lesson. So keep an eye out for that video. I hope that you enjoyed this little segment. Thank you so much for coming by. Feel free to hit subscribe or like or whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't really care. I do care, actually. I need validation. Last but not least, if you are in the New Hampshire area and you'd like to collaborate, or if you have an event coming up you would like me to shoot, please feel free to give me a call. I would love to work with you on something. Yeah, so thank you guys. Have a great night.